Hey everybody, okay, so we're picking up the Sorceress gameplay. We just made it to the Weeping Hollow, and we are find the cemetery of the Forsaken in the Weeping Hollow.
If my old masters could see me now.
All loads up. Oh, there's level 6. So we've got the Charged Blast rune for magic missiles. So this is what I was saying about runes. So each of these spells has a set of runes that interact with it in a certain way. So this first one just increases the damage of magic missile. So we'll have that. I think that sounds good. In lieu of anything else. Wonderful. Don't think this works, but we'll do it anyway. Okay, so you can see you have shrines just like you did in the old games. I believe shrines will now actually work on all your party members who are in a particular radius. So you don't have to worry about anybody who you're playing with running off and stealing it. I used to have that. One of my pretty good friends, actually, I've known most of my life. We played Diablo 2 together, and he was an absolute bastard for just running off and stealing shit.
Apprentice is dead. I should tell him.
So you can see you can get your spam on with a lot of spells. Okay, so we just ooh. I love AoE so much. You've got to really love AoE spells. They are amazing and very necessary in a game like this. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, so we've got a... Oh, you see, so that's the monster that has knockback. As I said earlier, it's pretty significant. Okay, so our experience bonus shrine is just worn off. It's down here. Let's defile the defiled grave. Oh, that'll teach us. Let's try and bunch them up a little bit.
Your grave awaits. Still waiting.
So you have to try and kill the, obviously the things that are spawning the other monsters, otherwise you'll be here all day. Ah, wonderful. Okay, so down here. That was a wrong button. So you see, you can run straight for the objectives, or you can still get a nice amount of exploration going on if you want to, which I always do. If anybody's watched the Kingdoms of Amalur gameplay, I do that a lot. Oh my god, I'm the world's worst shot. More shoes. Interesting. Picking up a lot of the same type of equipment. Okay. So you, as like with the other Diablos, you can just follow the path to get to the next part of the game, but I don't know, for me it takes a lot of the fun out of it. A lot of the adventure at least. So I don't know, I really like the way this game plays and feels, and I think the I don't know, something about the severity of the attacks, like particularly if you've seen any barbarian videos, the force that they seem to hit with just makes it feel much more I don't know, a bit more brutal, which appeals to me. I don't know if it will anybody else, but that's just how I feel about it. So something that makes the Sorceress arguably better in this game than in previous versions is the fact that you have spammable spells. Is it completely free spammable spells? So after all that, my arcane power is back to full again already, with no regen boost in anything. It's crazy. Such a bad shot. Okay. So I can appreciate that actually this thorough of an exploration, and to actually go into every tiny little bit of the map probably isn't that interesting to watch, maybe. So I can appreciate that, but I don't know. I kind of wanted to show the game in full, I guess. And plus, because I mean, you know, YouTube will just be absolutely saturated with let's plays of this particular part of the beta and all sorts of stuff. So may as well do it my way, I guess. Do what I want to do.
Unstoppable.
I am unstoppable, apparently. And modest, to boot. I've got a better weapon yet. What am I doing? 9.1. Oh, 10.1. It's better. Apparently I saw a video that the value it shows, the big value, does actually include any bonuses that your weapons provide. So there's that to consider.
Nicely done.
Okay, level 7. Ray of Frost rune has Numb on it, which I think just extends the frozen duration. But we don't use it, so we're not going to bother with it. Yeah, I hope everybody wanted to sort of take advantage of this stress test weekend has had an opportunity to play. It's been a bit touch and go whether people were able to get on or not. I think Blizzard has done a pretty good job of trying to, you know, manage the stress and the load that they were going to come under. And they've been putting announcements out to tell people, so... I say there's a bit of a misunderstanding about what this weekend was for by some of the people who wanted to play it, where they were a little bit negative about the game not being available and things like that. But it wasn't a free weekend of playing, it was an opportunity for Blizzard to test their setup, make sure the distribution worked, the servers could handle the load, all this sort of thing. So, you know, you kind of got to be a bit forgiving for that. And, you know, just pleased for anybody who did get to do what they wanted to do. So... hopefully it means that, you know, when the game does come out, it'll be a much smoother launch and there shouldn't be any issues with server downtime or succumbing to a heavy load or anything like that. It should be good. Okay, so we can see from the minimap we're nearly at the Cemetery of the Forsaken, or almost there. Cool, so we are there. I love Arcane Orbs so much. So now in the Cemetery of Forsaken there's another waypoint which we're going to use just to sort out our inventory. And there are 3 crypts. One of them is the one that we actually have to go into. Oh. Yeah, alright, whatever. Alright, let's go and break down this other stuff.
I have bad news, friend.
Oh yeah.
Your apprentice has died.
Fool aboard.
Bad news, friend. Your apprentice has died. Oh, they're better. Let's have them. Are they even better? Nope, no. Salvage. Okay, so if we were going to have a look at this, what could we make? So required level 15, we couldn't make that. Just looking for, see if I can make anything, but I can't be bothered. So let's just carry on then. Let's go back to the Cemetery of the Forsaken. So like I said, so this, when I've been here a couple of times, and this map seems to have a fixed layout. So down at the bottom, cemetery here, and this won't be the one we need to go in. This is just some exploration. And just to show you some of the dungeons and how they look. The sort of monsters you encounter down here. AoE spam, love it. So let's just finish having a look around. Something else that they've introduced, I think, in this version of Diablo is the dungeons have a warp. Oh god! Have a warp out of the dungeon at the end of it. So it's not a waystone, and all it does is it warp you back to the entrance. But if you don't have town portal, you know, it saves you having to run around, or you know, anybody who's done the what is it, the worm caves or whatever they are, the first one, and all the dungeons in the Valley of the Kings. It's quite handy to be able to warp out of a dungeon quite quickly, and not necessarily to a town or a waypoint, because that might not be where you want to go. Don't know what the level cap is in this demo. I believe it's 13, but I could be wrong. Took one for the team there. Oh, you sneaky bats. Okay, so you can see as well with monsters dropping like vials of health that you take as you pick them up. So you just walk over them and it heals you. That makes the need to chug lots and lots of potions much less. And it's in a way it's quite refreshing. They've moved away from that. I'd question whether it makes the game a little bit easier, maybe. I don't know. But they've also, with that in mind, they have also introduced a 4th difficulty level, which I believe is, I can't remember what it's called, Inferno or something like that, I'm not sure. So for all those people that Hell and Nightmare weren't enough, there's now another one, which I can't even imagine how difficult that will be. I believe the level cap for your character is 60. Oh, here we go.
This isn't the right crypt. The crown must be in one of the other ones.
See, we haven't explored down here, and I'm going to have to go and do that because I'm anal. So this isn't where we want to be, but... or it isn't where we need to be, but we might be able to get some equipment or something out of it.
Need more arcane power. Down here. This might loop us back around to the entrance. Yeah, we're down there. Something that I don't think you can do is ooh, Tomb Guardian. I don't think you can walk once you got the map up. Look at that, it's ridiculous. Oh, there's a treasure guy up there. I think I'm going to lose him at this rate. So as you can see from the explosion of loot, they are very much worth catching if you can. Oh, this is quite a nice area. So you find the Jar of Souls, survive the skeletons. Power.
So we've got some stronger monsters waiting to come in and kill us there.
I don't have enough arcane power.
Alright, so we survived mainly by running away and
Health
hiding in a
returns.
corner. And then you come down here and you destroy the jar of souls, and it gets you some stuff. So quite nice dungeon loots. What if we can kill these through the gate? We can.
I need arcane power.
Okay, it's probably quicker for us to walk back to the entrance than it is to walk back to the portal out of the out of the dungeon. So that's what we shall do. Something that you can't really do anymore is when you've got your map open, and I don't know if there's a different way of opening the map, you can't walk, so your character will keep walking if you've clicked or if you're holding it down, but as soon as it gets there it'll stop and you can't move again. So I don't know if that's something that's going to be changed or worked on, if maybe it's just how it is, I don't know, but something just to note. Yeah, if you haven't noticed, if you don't like killing endless swarms of monsters, you're probably not going to like Diablo very much at all.
If my old masters could see me now.
Diamond Skin. So that is a passive. I think that's instead of Frost Nova. Yeah, so Diamond Skin transforms into diamond, temporarily absorbing all damage. So for 15 seconds you can become invulnerable, which is pretty good. So this again is another wrong dungeon. I know the right one's the one in the top right corner, so I've done this a couple of times now. Dirty bastard. Alright, let's carry on down here. Yeah, as a mage, you take a lot of damage.
Need more arcane power.
Definitely worth trying to invest in the blacksmithing if you can.
Been healed.
God damn, half a person kicking my ass. Oh, that's better. I wonder if that actually affects your casting speed. Well, we'll never know. Not in this video at least, because I like the look of somebody with a two-handed sword. Plus, if we're doing more damage, it'll be fine, because we'll need to cast less, won't we? So, fantastic. There we go.
This is the wrong crypt. The crown isn't here.
So this is one of the portals. You click on, you warp out, and that's it. Okay, so we're going to go into the right crypt, which is this one up here. They're all called defiled crypts. There's no clue in the name, but I've done this a couple of times now. I did it with a demon hunter and a barbarian, so I know it seems to be in the same place every time. I haven't had a character to level 13 yet, which I might try and do with this one, but I'm short on disk space, so I have to keep closing the game to produce a video to create space to record the game. But then sometimes when you come back, if you find out the server's gone down or if it's busy and you can't get on, you kind of lost it, so... What do you want for free, right? So you can see with that Frost Nova, oops, daisy. If you do get surrounded between sort of like your area effect spells and the health drops, even with the mage, you can generally do pretty well. Kiting's not quite as necessary. Though I say that, bear in mind this is the first part. This is the very, very start of the game, on the easiest difficulty on a game that has 4 or 5 difficulties. Everybody loves AoE, apart from maybe those guys who got hit by it, but I love it, and that's what counts, 'cause this is my video. Gameplay, I should say, this is my game play. Alright, okay, so that's the actual Defiled Crypt level 2. So nip back, because I think there's something in this room that you can pick up. If I'm in the right dungeon, in my mind. Nope, it's not even a room. Oh yeah, this is one of the examples of the destructible terrain that should work to your advantage. But I missed, because I left it too late. Anyway, less about that. That's about my failings. And more about the wonderful Diablo. Well, they're slightly better, not by much, but
This looks like a crypt fit for a chancellor. The crown must be here.
Must be here. Okay, so this is what we've been looking for. We get greeted by Michael, who is a big badass called Horror of the Crypt. But he wasn't really that tough, so we go down into the Chancellor's tomb. Okie doke. So these tomb guardians are the guys that
Didn't see that coming, did you?
spawn other monsters. So you're best to try and get rid of them whenever you can. Because they're kind of like, I guess, to me they represent the Unravelers from the dungeons in Diablo 2. Which means that I'm not entirely convinced that you get XP for killing the things that they spawn. So, right, let's just set this going.
No, I will not allow you to bring that monster Leoric back to this world.
So you can see this Chancellor Aemon's pretty hard hitting, and he can teleport. But at the end of the day, we're the hero and he's just a mob. So we get his crown and that unlocks Town Portal. Now I believe another change they've made is that you have infinite use of Town Portals. You don't need to scroll anymore, you don't need to tome. You just click that little button and you get warped back to town. As easy as that.
I've got some brand. I worked my hands to the bone to bring you these fine goods.
Just sell some of this stuff that we don't need. You see, I like the chance to find better magical items, even though 13 doesn't really make a difference at this point in the game, but you know, I like movement speed as well. Gold pickup, that doesn't matter. Oops, shit. Buy back. I'll buy those back because I'd rather destroy them. What's that? Adventuring Lesser Wand. Monsters kills grant 3 experience, maximum arcane power. Yeah, let's have that instead.
You found the crown. Truth be told, I didn't think you'd make it back.
Okay, so he goes over here
it's
and
good
beats
to work again.
it with a hammer.
There. New as the day it was placed upon the Black King's head. I need something more than making spades.
Then help me.
So this is where, at this point, you would normally unlock the blacksmith if it's your first playthrough. Alright, so we will salvage those, that. Oh, yeah, that. Just get rid of all of that stuff. So at this point you can see what else you might want to unlock. All the journeyman stuff requires at least level 15, so there's no point doing anything like that until you get there. What level am I now? Am I level 8 or 9? They're just the new abilities that you've got. Level 8, okay, so there's not going to bother crafting a level 10 item yet, because it'll take a while to get there. So if you choose the item you want to make, for example, try to find something that's much better than what I've got. Our pants are quite dull, so that will cost me 6 subtle essences and that money. Can't equip them till level 9, but we'll do it anyway. Just craft these just to see what they do. So you get the base damage, and then it gives you 3 random magic properties. So plus 9 strength, plus 11 intelligence, and health globes grant 33 life. So that's not particularly useful, to be honest, but they're better than what we've equipped. Okay, so I think we'll probably, guys, call that a video there. So we'll talk to Deckard just to pick up the next mission.
I have the crown. How do I reach the Skeleton King?
At last. With it, you can unlock the sealed door in the room where you rescued me and enter the royal crypts. When you find the Skeleton King, place the crown atop his head and destroy him.
That makes it
The
sound so
Skeleton
easy.
King dies today.
Okay, so the Skeleton King, I believe, is the end of this particular part of the game. Once we do that, it's the end of the demo. So yeah, so we're going to call that a game there. So if I can get back on later on, I'll finish up killing the Skeleton King and show you all the way through. But if I can't get back on the server, I won't. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.